welcome to Ravenheart 2023. We are so lucky to be joined with the filmmakers of Lost in the Sky. We have here director Simon Öster, screenwriter and producer Kevin Gullberg, FX supervisor and puppeteer Jakob Dannel, and co-producer Lohman. Welcome to Oslo, guys.
Thank you.
Your short film has been compared to a mix between Interstellar and Wall-E. So,
So I heard.
Could you tell us a bit about how the film came to be?
Yes, of course.
And the idea?
It actually just started with I was a little bit bored, and I bought a big water tank, and I started to just pour in some liquids and playing around with it, try to film like space images in water. It's like a special old technique. And then I did that for a couple of years and got really good at it. And then a thought came to mind like, maybe this could be a short film, like a space adventure film. So that was the start, and
Yeah.
Since then it's been 6 years journey to make it.
Because none of the effects here are CGI.
No,
Explain
exactly.
a bit more about that.
Yeah, like when I started to make the space images in liquid and in water, I decided to make the whole film because the film is about a robot, a rescue robot in outer space, and I wanted it to be like completely practical. So not a single frame in the film should have any kind of CGI or 3D effects in it. So that was the vision, to make it so, and that was a journey to do that.
And the interesting part is that the robot actually has more emotion and does a better performance than most live action actors right now. Could you tell a bit more on how you create an emotion with a robot, with the animatronic? Physical,
Jacob built the robot,
Yeah.
and he controlled the body and the head movement. And when we talked with Simon about how it should feel like almost like a dog. So the ears are very dog-like, and it's very happy, and I control the eyes live, and you control the body live. So I think you get like a humanistic element from that.
You combined your efforts to do that performance. How did you? Was it something you planned, or was it learning by doing?
It was a lot of learning by doing. I
Yeah.
think the first week it was really rough because we had to shoot for 3 weeks, and the last week we could like really improvise. So we had like a gaffer who just got into the spaceship beside the robot and was fixing with the light, and we just looked up at him and waved, and he was like, oh, it's alive. So we could like improvise, and it started to feel alive a bit more.
So yeah, we really got in sync with
Yeah.
all the motions and eyes and
Yeah.
all that. The creation of the robot itself was also, as said, everything has to be practical. It was really a big journey on creating the robot a little bit around the hardware we got with the motors and stuff that was strong enough. The robot itself is the base, the body is a toolbox that we painted in rust and stuff, and the head and arms are 3D printed. And it took till the night before the recording of the robot for it to fully working.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful behind the scenes video where it's like 1 a.m. or something, and Simon's recording like, we're gonna record tomorrow, but maybe we have to cancel or something, and I'm just doing stuff behind. And then he turns around, the robot like wakes up and starts moving, and Simon's like, we're alive!
It's a really funny
so-
moment.
Yeah, it took like from the beginning of like ordering all the parts from China and different countries, and
Yeah.
to assembling the robot and figuring out how he should move with the remote control arms and everything. It took 2 years. So I think like when we started the film, we thought in our head that it would probably take a year to make it. Then it took like 2 years to build a robot, like 3 years to shoot it all, and then 3 more years to get the financing to do the post-production. So it took 6 years in total, and it was because like we had never built a robot, we never built spaceships, we'd never shot space shots with like liquids in a water tank. We'd never done it, so yeah.
So, but again, you as a screenwriter, how did you actually? Because the film is quite emotional, and you also told me earlier that one of the first things you got feedback on is that a robot cannot be emotional. So never have a robot as a main character. Can you
Yeah.
explain a little
Yeah.
bit on how you focused? How did you do the story to
Yeah.
convey the emotions through the robot here?
I think if you're a first-time filmmaker making a short film and you haven't done anything like that before, and the financiers are of course really skeptical that you're going to be able to do like a live-action Pixar short film with like interstellar level effects, like of course they will be skeptical. So they were like wondering, so like if you're going to have a robot as a main character, how are we going to feel for him, and how do you gonna make him come alive? And for me, it was like in the script, I felt that it's important that it's based on something real. So for Simon, like he came up with the idea for the story, and we tried to just put in a lot of like the journey of making the film and how hard that was. Tried to like mimic that in the robot, and he's trying to save someone, but he doesn't find anyone to save, and he's really, that's his purpose in life, but he's yeah, he's not sure if he's ever going to fulfill that purpose. So we were like the process of making the film. I just like tried to take that anxiety and stuff that Simon felt during all the years and just try to press it into the story with the character. And also like it's a lot of how you guys built it, and with the eyes, like having programming the eyes to like have simple expressions that you can like, oh that's cute, or that's funny, or that's sad, like instantly feel the emotions. I think that's like for us the whole movie just became like less is more. So the story needs to be like simple and less is more, because that's more effective. The robot has to be simple, like everything has to be.
And I also think that like one of the most important thing that gets you to empathize with the robot is like it's a small robot machine that has very human dream and ambitions. He wants to be like a hero and save people, and he's very naive, and he gets super happy when he finds stuff, and like and gets super sad, but he doesn't ever give up. He still wants to try until the end. Like I think we can like see ourselves in him also.
Yeah, because it's in a way it's a story about perseverance.
Yeah.
Really like
And was that
a
something-
underdog story.
And was that something you had as a director? How did you put all this together? Because it sounds like you have had a very close-knit team, very tight team.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it started off like the project. It was quite lonely at first, so I had this huge dream, just like the robot has in the film. And the more into the years went on, and the team got closer and closer together. So we became like a family, more or less. And I think that that gets mirrored in the film, because it's a lot of passion. It's a team effort to make it come together, and you can see the passion in the film, I believe, and the love for the craft. Like,
and also because I think like the roles that we had in the film, they were kind of blurred because everyone helped doing a lot of different stuff. So like I wrote the script, but I wrote it together with Simon and Carl for 2 or 3 years, and we were like going through it. So I wrote it, but they helped me writing it and making it better. And like Jacob did most of the effects, but Simon and him were doing it together, and me and Carl were like doing SFX stuff, and like we were all doing a lot of different stuff, which helped, I think, bring.
And even within this writing of the script, you brought me in just as a consulting on like what's possible or how can we solve this, and we want the robot to do this, and like okay, but if we do this instead, the outcome will be the same, but we
It's
want
easier to fix.
Yeah. Because we didn't know what would work, because we hadn't done this process before. So we tried every single thing. We filmed miniatures, we filmed ink in water, and how do we make this look good, and what kind of story can we tell with these tools.
So one example was that we didn't know what kind of space shots we would get, so we made the space shots for like 2 years first, and then I wrote like the ones that we liked that looked cool. I wrote them into the script and tried to make it work in the scene. So like a lot of like doing stuff and then writing it into the script at the same time.
So what does the future hold for you as filmmakers and the film?
Yeah, we will go like I actually I needed a break after it was done, so I decided like, okay, I'm gonna have a year now just to relax. I was really tired after, and now I'm just writing on new concepts and trying to figure out what will be the next film to do. I'm writing currently on 2 feature films and a couple of short films, and I think I'm gonna start with some more short films before going to something bigger,
But
because
still without CGI.
We'll see.
we'll see, but I like the idea of it.
I mean, we found a method of doing this
Yeah.
stuff, so it's fun to maybe do more of it and try to find different ways.
And if people want to know more about the film, about you as filmmakers, where can they go?
Lost in the Sky Film on Instagram is probably the best way if you just want to like focus on the film.
Yeah.
But also our production company is called Koyan Film, also on Instagram. So yeah, just Lost in the Sky. Search for it, you'll find it.
I think we just say cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you for
Cheers.
showing up. And
Thank you.
the festival.
Norway.